So we're back and we're doing another recipe, this time with Miss Mary Catherine. She's a nurse at Dr. Castleberry's clinic.
Yes.
And hopefully, you know, she might be able to hold her tongue a little better than Dr. Castleberry. Won't be quite as comedic though.
Probably not.
So this is very, very basic.
Okay.
So this is gonna be spaghetti squash spaghetti. This is a very good recipe to make ahead of time. So here's the fun part. Take a spoon, you see all the innards, all right? You know, you can eat them. I don't know why, but why you wanna eat them. But you can save the seeds and roast them.
So try to get the seeds out.
Try to. So while she's doing that, I'm going to take this half, flip it over on a piece of aluminum foil, all right? And I'm going to fold it up on itself like this to create a little bit of like a, a little bit of a pan, a little bit of a self-contained basket.
Okay.
Leave a little hole open right there. And I have half a cup of water. I'm gonna pour maybe a quarter of that in, half of that in, just to steam it. So set that to the side. And so just fold it up. Hey, you did a really nice job. All right, so we have these folded up to a neat little package, and we're gonna put them in a 375-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes while the spaghetti squash is in the oven. Time to make the sauce.
All right.
So starts off like any good sauce should with a pound of ground beef, and we're gonna brown it, take off the fat, and then we're gonna go from there.
All right. And so best ground beef to get would be organic, lean meat.
So while ground beef is more common and more widely associated with spaghetti sauce, you can use ground turkey, you can use ground chicken, you can use ground venison. We're in the middle of Mississippi, just after hunting season. So
Yeah.
This is chuck, which tends to be a little higher fat sometimes. If you want a healthier version, maybe a 90-10. Which is 90% beef, 10% fat.
Okay.
So we're gonna let this brown up 5 to 10 minutes till everything's cooked through, the fat's been drained, and then we're gonna saute up some vegetables.
All right. Perfect.
So last browning, I'm going to chop up an onion.
Okay.
So the way I do it is I keep the root end intact, chop off the stem end. I'm not quite sure what that is. I don't know. Chop it in half.
Okay.
And then pull out the trash can and peel it.
How's that?
Perfect. And so, do you know how to chop an onion?
I'm not world's best chopper.
Yeah, so if you want a way to not cry, use a sharp knife.
Okay.
But a nice way to chop it is go almost all the way, because you don't want to break through and it slip off.
Okay.
Do 2 or 3 incisions up top. The closer the incisions are, the finer it'll go.
Okay.
And then just do a couple, not going all the way through, leaving a little bit attached. And this is why I like leaving the stem, because it leaves it all together and so it doesn't fall apart.
Ah, okay.
And then just chop down. Not too big where you get too much raw onion flavor. And if you want it to be finer, you can run your knife through, but it's tomato sauce, so you like it chunky.
Right.
And so this is a whole onion because what good tomato sauce doesn't have onion in it?
I love onion. It's so good.
Or you can get creative. You don't have to use onion. You can use garlic. You use shallots. You can throw peppers in for Pete's sake. This is your tomato sauce. You can play with it however you want. All right, bell pepper. I'm not quite so great at chopping up bell peppers, but what you like to do is angle your knife and chop off big slices like that.
Okay.
Angle it and follow the ridges. You might lose some like that. And this is also a great way to hide vegetables from your kids, because you can chop this up as fine or as large as you want it to.
And hide it in the meat.
Exactly, yeah. And so I'm going to chop these a little smaller. I'm gonna cut strips.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna half them or so. And then we can see how big they are and work from there.
I can smell those bell peppers. That smells so good.
Yes, bell peppers is also a great natural sweetness.
Does it matter what color bell pepper you get?
Not really. The red ones, I'm pretty sure, tend to be sweeter.
This is almost done over here.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's key, though, with ground beef to make sure it's all the way cooked through. Unlike a steak, you don't want to see any pink in it. So it's important to get off all the grease, because, what's the point of eating all this good food if you're eating all this fat? So some fat is good for you, as I'm sure as you know. But this is
not the grease fat.
Not the grease, correct. I'm just going to go ahead and dump in all the onions.
Okay.
And then all the bell peppers. And then we're gonna saute these up till they both have color on them.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add them to that big pot with some tomato paste, and we're gonna make a sauce.
Yum.
All right, we sauteed the onion. Some of it's gone transparent, and let's go ahead and add it to the pot.
Okay.
We're gonna add 2 14-ounce cans of tomato puree
Okay.
on top.
Low sodium.
Low sodium, exactly.
Would be best. Okay.
So that's gonna be our spaghetti seasoning.
Wow, that looks good.
Thank you. And right over here, we have a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. The essential oils are released when you crack it.
Oh, you
and-
can smell it.
Yes, exactly. You can't smell pre-cracked black pepper. All right, give that a good mixing. We're gonna let this simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes till it's come together as a nice, beautiful sauce. All right, so these are baked for about 35 minutes. They need
Okay.
a little longer.
All
You can see, insert a fork in, comes out smooth.
Perfect.
This is the fun part. Again, with the kids, reach in there, just pull it. Pull it like pulled pork. Have you ever pulled pork, roast beef, anything like that?
Oh, and it looks like noodles.
Yes. So we're just scraping them out. We abandoned using 2 forks.
This is much easier.
Yes.
How do you know when you're done?
Well, you should be able to leave just with this.
Just with a shell?
Yes, ma'am. It's,
Okay.
it'd be kind of hard to sink your fork into.
Okay. This is pretty fun. The kids would love to
The
do.
kids would love to do this. And these have sat out for a few minutes. The warmer they are, the easier they shred, without a doubt. So this has been going for about 25 minutes. It's a nice cohesive sauce. Tastes amazing.
It looks so good.
Thank you, yeah. And so we're gonna plate. So right here, we have a handful of noodles.
Looks just like regular noodles.
Exactly, it has a little more color though.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta bury it behind the sauce for your kids not to notice. I'm gonna place a couple ladlefuls. Top, right in the middle. And so, to the untrained eye or to the hungry eye, this might look exactly like spaghetti. It's not complete though without some Parmesan. So,
Cheese makes everything better.
exactly, I have this big old block of Parmesan.
What kid would not want to eat that?
Exactly. We might not be kids, but I have forks.
Thank you.
Grab a little bit.
So good. That's delicious.
That is delicious. It's sweet, it's
so-
salty,
yeah.
it's complex.
It's
And
very yummy.
the noodles are actually very good.
They are good. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you, Miss Mary Catherine.
Thank you.
You did a great job. You helped me out a lot, and we made a delicious dish.
I agree.
Thank you for watching. I've been here with Dr. Castleberry and his crew from the Starkville Urology Clinic, and they've helped me out. We made some delicious food, and cracked a couple jokes and learned a couple things.